So this webinar is all about Marketing Cloud. I have Amrut with me on this session. So just to introduce myself, uh, I'm the founder and CEO of Tequila Global, and we are a Salesforce consulting partner, and we provide a lot of services around Salesforce and Marketing Cloud and Commerce Cloud in different domains. And we thought of setting up this session to motivate people to move towards Marketing Cloud ecospace. Um, and Amrut is with us, and Amrut is leading the practice on the Marketing Cloud end.
Hey, hi guys. Yes. So we'll start with Marketing Cloud and the agenda.
Right. So basically, the agenda will be, again, this is the introduction section. So uh, many of you, like before we even learn Marketing Cloud, right, we need to understand what is marketing. And before even marketing, we need to understand what is sales, right? Because the idea is we need to understand the need of marketing, right? Why the Marketing Cloud or marketing is so important. Okay, so we'll be going through what is sales, what is marketing, what is marketing automation, how does Marketing Cloud fit in into this, what is the history of Marketing Cloud, why to use Marketing Cloud, what are the components of Marketing Cloud, and then we deep dive into it, okay, in each different modules. So while doing the session, if you have any questions, you will see an option on the bottom to raise the question. So you can always stop us if you have any questions on any point, and we'll be also keeping the last 15 minutes just for Q&A, so you can ask any open questions. All right. So starting with, what is sales, right? Um, so I'm trying to explain everything as an example, right? So let's assume, we launched a new footwear brand called Tequila Footwear, right? So it's a e-commerce store which you have launched. So you have a great product, you have like nice collection of shoes and slippers and everything. But how will you actually promote it to people? How will people even know, like that there is something which is there? So what is the usual life cycle, right? So you have to first basically invite people to your website, right? So people will visit your website, right? People will visit the website, then they will fill a form, which become a lead. So this is not exactly a Salesforce lead. This is more like a prospect, who is shown interest. Okay. Then you do some more, I would say, marketing activities on that. You keep on sending them some emails, some SMS and everything, till the point they actually become like a MQL. We call it MQL, marketing qualified lead. Okay. And as soon as they become MQL, you actually move them to a CRM, where your sales team will take it forward, and sales team will keep on promoting them. And at any point of time, sales team will move a life cycle, and sales team will convert them to an opportunity and finally close them. Okay. So this is the whole life cycle. So where Salesforce fit, like I know many of you guys might be from a Salesforce background. So where Salesforce fit in is right here, once the lead comes to Salesforce. Okay. But before that, everything will be done through a marketing campaign, because Salesforce data is only good enough, when you have a hot lead or a warm lead, right? But in order to warm it and all, we have to have like a marketing tool. All right. So, as I said, like the first very important piece is marketing, right? What exactly is marketing? So, very simple way, layman terms, right? As I said, I launched a footwear store, right? Or footwear e-commerce store. So, what I will be doing is I will be either like having a physical location where people can visit my shop, right? But that is limited. Like, let's say our store is based out of Pune, so only like certain people can fall, like come to the store, right? So there is no global presence on that. Okay. We can put a website. Okay. But how will people visit your website, right? So we have to do promotions. We either have to do like social media campaigns, where we will be posting Facebook, post and everything to bring people to our website. Okay. As you've seen, like these days many people have started like these YouTube marketers or Facebook marketer, to we pay them, to brand our store. you know uh, uh, we do like radio ads. So if you hear radio, like there are small ads which comes in, there are TV ads. You send mass emails, so I'm pretty sure every day you must be receiving at least hundreds of emails, for a policy, buying a loan, buying hundreds of things, right? Then you like this was an old thing, but in US it's still there where you send like emailers, right? So I'm like in US it's very successful where you still send like some mailers and all, for promotions and all. These days also you would have seen like sometimes with the newspaper, you get a brochure with that, for marketing. And then of course you can use paid media, right? You can do Google ads, you can do Facebook ads and all, to market the whole business. Okay. So if I'm a new store, if I'm starting something, right, these are the usual channels which I have to do to market my business, right? But again, not everyone is very technical, right? And the way to do it is all messed up, like they sometimes someday they think of, putting the budget on the social ads, someday they think of doing a paid media, sometimes they could do a radio ads, right? But it is very hard to, I would say, you know check the ROI on different things, right? Plus these things are not automated, right? So what is the future of marketing? The future of marketing is like marketing automation. Okay, where like of course the core idea is same, right? How you market it, but now instead of just doing it in a ad hoc manner, right, there has to be a process, right? Where first you have to define your business goals. um, that what is your business ad sets, what is your budget, what are your goals. Okay, once you have defined all those things, then you actually define your audience, who you are going to reach out to. So I know like my target audience is like I'm selling footwear, so my target audience is, let's say, youths. Okay, and that too in youths I would say I want to focus maybe 70% on women and 30% on men. Okay, because I know like women are more keen to make a purchase. That's a market trend, right? Similarly, I understand my audience, I understand what exactly they need, right? Then I try different channels. I try to reach out to the market through, as I said, either through SEO. Like SEO means like website, search engine optimization. I do some paid channels, paid advertising. I do a social media ads campaign. I do mass mailing, so again, it's not ethical, but like there are hundreds of providers who provide like thousands and thousands of emails or phone numbers where you can send like a mass blast email or a blast text. Okay. And once you have done all these things, then you pretty much analyze, ki I did all these different things, which actually is giving me the ROI, which giving me a return on investment, right? So that I can actually, let's say, I ran a Facebook ad and I also ran a mass mailing on Gmail, right? And also I saw that, Facebook ads are actually giving more leads than a mass mailing. So I will put my focus more on this, right? So without a tool like Marketing Cloud, it is very, very hard, to, I would say, analyze, which channel, which marketing channel is performing well. Okay. And of course, you have to gather feedback. You have to understand user behavior. Like if someone is coming to your website, how are they performing? Which pages are they going to? Why they are closing your website? Why they are making a purchase? Who have added a product on your shopping cart but still not made a purchase, right? So all those things you have to actually analyze, and then depending on that you again adapt it and you rerun the whole thing, where now so initially let's say I'm selling a brand like a new product which is not in the market, right? And I don't even know what the audience is. So in that case I will first run my first set of campaign, in multiple places. Once that campaign I run it for a month, I evaluate it, I see what is good, what is bad, and depending on that I will now run a new campaign which will be more optimized. Okay. So the idea is to make it more and more optimized way, right? These days every company or every product are trying to be as much creative as possible, right? There are like multiple ways where, let's say, retargeting. So retargeting is like if if you, let's say, search for a Bata footwear, right? So you will see that once you have seen that, after at least for next 15 days or next 30 days you will start seeing those ads of Bata footwear, every time. So they will make, like, they will influence you, to buy the Bata products, right? So that is very, very important, how you actually uh, get a hold of a customer, right? So that's why, we have this tool, Marketing Cloud. Amrut, do you want to take it from here?
Yes, thank you. So, Marketing Cloud. What is Marketing Cloud? So, Marketing Cloud is an automation tool or a platform that provides you everything in one single tool. Like you can send email, you can send SMS, you can send also push notifications, social ads, and etc. Now, why Marketing Cloud? Like it is an automation that you can create. Like you can send a sequence or series of emails, SMS, and target your customer. over the channels as well, like multiple channels. And once you do it, you would be able to plan, monitor, analyze the ROI spent on these channels so that you could get to know which channel is effective, which channel is generating revenues, clicks, and customers as well.
Great.
So, yes. And then we'll move to history of Marketing Cloud. So, Marketing Cloud was known as ExactTarget. It was founded and it was known as ExactTarget in 2009. Then ExactTarget acquired Pardot, that is again a Salesforce product, that is Salesforce Pardot. Then in 13, they added Radian 6. So Radian 6 was a platform for social listening that is now known as Social Studio. So now, and they named it now as a Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So Salesforce Marketing Cloud consists of Radian 6 that is known as Social Studio. So you can target everyone on social channel. You have various modules known as studios in Marketing Cloud. So history is like it Salesforce acquired Exact Target, it had Parrot.nav, it also has Radian 6. So all together combined, it is known as Salesforce Marketing Cloud. That is around 2016. So this is overall history and it is now all in one tool.
Right.
So the companies who are using Marketing Cloud. So this is a small list of company like we have General Electric, Kellogg's, Vodafone is also using it, and the now everyone is moving to Marketing Cloud. It may be a mid-scale company, or it may be a large scale. As everyone knows that it is an automation that is the future now. Like you can, as for example, you can target your customer everywhere from a single channel or a single tool. Right?
Right. So, just to add to that, like it's not just for, I would say, branded products, right? Even like due to this COVID situation, right? Most of the countries and most of the states actually went to Marketing Cloud, okay? Because they have data of, let's say, millions of citizens, right? And they want to send them alerts in case of, like stay at home, do this, do that, right? So they have to promote everything. So this tool is also important, how you can run a campaign on, like even any campaign. Like New York State government has gone with Marketing Cloud. Many states have gone with, where they are trying to use that to reach, to the audience in multiple places, so that they can spread the awareness. Marketing is nothing but spreading awareness, right? And that can be for a product, that can be for a calamity, that can be for anything, because you have to have generate the awareness, right? So that's why Marketing Cloud, you know start, as Amrut said, like, it started in 2000 as a pretty basic tool, but it kept on acquiring companies, kept on improving. And once Salesforce actually acquired that back in 2012, it has been like I would say a rocket ship, where like there has been lots and lots of acquisitions and lots of tools which are coming in, and it is almost like I would say one of the most powerful tool out there, in the market. Okay. So it comprises of various I would say we call them studios, but yeah, these are different components of Marketing Cloud, like Ad Studio, Social Studio, Mobile Studio, Email Studio, Audience Builder, Personalization Builder, Content Builder, Analytics Builder, Web Studio. So these are like some of the parts of Marketing Cloud. But again, Marketing Cloud is keep on adding more and more companies below it. It's keep on improving. It has recently added that Dataroma. It has also added Tableau, for all the analytics. So like Salesforce is growing like anything, and Marketing Cloud is growing like anything. So as again, this particular session is more like a, I would say, overview, to give you an idea what is marketing, what is Marketing Cloud. And we will also give you like a sneak peek on each of these modules a bit, right? And in the end, you will see that we have also arranged like I would say follow-up sessions on each of these studios in details. Okay. So yeah, so Amrut, you can start with the first one.
Yes. So these are known as components. So as components, I could say these are studios. So studios helps. So this is what we see is like, first let's start with Email Studio. So what Email Studio does? Email Studio is all related to email templates, subscriber management, and tracking. So for example, or with an example, I could say we have a brand Tequila Footwear. So we want to now send emails to the customers or to the prospects who are interested in the products. We could create an email template in Email Studio. So email template creation of email template is very easy. It is a simple drag and drop tool where you can drag images, text, and you can create an email template that would be responsive over the devices. Then, as I say, now you have created an email template. From the content tab, you can do A/B testing, like whichever version is, you can create two subject lines and you can test it. So whichever version is performing good, you can send it to rest of the subscribers. And then once you send it, you can track it actually, like how many have opened, how many have clicked, and how many people have unsubscribed from the communication. So overall, Email Studio is all related to creation of email templates, sending out campaigns, tracking the performance, and in admin part, you can create the users. So users are the people who would be actually accessing the marketing cloud and creating the things, I could say, the email templates or a web developer team who can have an access so that they would create things. In overall, Email Studio is all related to three things: templates, subscriber management, and tracking.
Right.
Let's move on to next.
Yeah,
Yep.
and just to give an example, right? So again, try to fit it as a business perspective, right? So as I
Yeah.
mentioned, like we launched tequila footwear, right? So now how will you, I would say, brand it? Okay. So this is like the first part of the marketing, which is emailing. Okay. So now you would have seen like, like the brand, like brands which come up, right? So what they do is like they create like a newsletter. Okay. So even if you have subscribed for Bata footwear or not, or Tequila footwear or not, like many companies actually, as I said, acquire a list and they do a blast emails, okay, on a particular set of data. Okay, in it is in India it is very much, I would say, common, but yes, in other countries, especially UK and all, it is prohibited because of the GDPR compliance and all. But yes, the idea is like you create like, I would say, eye-catchy email, because ideally, as I said, like you would be receiving hundreds of email, right? So how you can create a catchy email with a catchy subject line where someone will actually open the email, and then once he open the email, within within 3 to 4 seconds, he is able to get the whole idea, what exactly is in the email, right? Like that much time you have to engage the customer, right, and pass on your message. And because this is like a repetitive thing, so eventually you created a brand. So if you see Tequila Footwear at least 100 times, I'm pretty sure human brain adopt it and it start thinking, yes, it is a big brand. Okay. So that's how email studio is very important. uh, right, the next one is Mobile Studio. Yeah, Amr.
Yes. So let's talk about Mobile Studio. So Mobile Studio is capable of sending SMS. So you might be receiving several SMS daily, like for promotional SMS or transactional SMS. So these SMS are sent from Mobile Studio. For example, like Tequila, you just had purchased a product from Tequila Footwear. You would be receiving an SMS saying that yes, your order has been confirmed. So that is a transactional SMS. When I send you an SMS campaign like there is an upcoming new product in Tequila Footwear, you would be sent out a promotional SMS that is called as SMS campaign. So that campaign can be created from Mobile Studio. You can create SMS, you can receive SMS, and you can send, and as well as the track the delivery. You can only track the delivery, not opens or clicks. So Mobile Studio, you have SMS capability. You can send mobile push notifications. If someone is like, you are using Tequila Footwear app, and now we can send a mobile push like, yes, a new product launch has been done. Like for example, Amazon does that. You have an Amazon app, Amazon would send you a notification for this sale going out. So you have this feature You can now target the same customer using Email Studio, using Mobile Studio. That is, you can track him or you can target him on both the channels, on Email Studio as well as Mobile Studio. Now let's have an overview of it. So you can see we have inbound, outbound, and mobile opt-ins. So these are the SMS count or the subscription that we have on Mobile Studio, or let's say for mobile SMS. So in India, we have keywords like a sender ID that is needed to send out mobile SMS. So mobile SMS might have a link that would redirect you to the website for the products. And the combination of Email Studio and Mobile Studio gives you a capability to reach out the same customer on mobile and on email as well. Right?
Right.
So
So
now, yeah.
yeah, I can take this. Right. So the next one, as I mentioned, we talked about emails, we talked about SMS, right? Next is very important is ad, because quite honestly, like if you're a new brand, right, and no one knows about you, so how will you even know who to reach out to, right? So you have to first build your audience, right? You have to first get people, to know about your brand, right? And for doing that, advertising studio is there, where you can actually connect to multiple social platforms, and your ads, like for example, how you can run ad, right? The most common ads are actually Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, right? Google ads, like when you search for, let's say, Salesforce tutorial, right? So whatever results you see on the top, and they have a small icon which says ad, right? So those are like Google ads, because you, like as I said, customers these days are very very busy, right? And they tend to click, and very much lazy as well, I would say. So they tend to click the first link, whatever they see, right? So how you can actually show an ad, so while you're I would say scrolling through your Facebook timeline, right? If you see an ad for this, right, for a footwear, so you tend to open that ad and you tend to see that, what is exactly there, right? Same for Instagram, you know same for Google. If you search online, you search for Bata footwear, but we can actually show an ad of tequila footwear in that particular ad, so someone was searching for something else, and we influence them to also check our website or our product, right? uh, for business users, they also try LinkedIn marketing, which is also really good, because LinkedIn is where the actual businesses are. And that is the first point of contact, for any big corporates and all. So that's a pretty, I would say, important piece as well. Twitter, Pinterest, and other things, like there are multiple channels. Even TikTok was also getting pretty famous, and now it is banned. But yeah, like even YouTube ads, which is missing here. But yeah, in YouTube, when you try to play a song or a movie or a trailer, you see like a quick 5 seconds ad or 10 seconds ad. So all these things actually, I would say, leave a like a brand impact, on you, right? So this is very very important, pretty expensive, but like a key thing. So as you see here, you can actually connect to multiple channels, right? And once you're connected, let's say you have 10 different channels, right? And you have set up all the settings and all. So now when you run an ad, right? So on one click, you can publish the ad on multiple places, and with that, you can track it back, how the ads are performing. So you can actually track, as I said, like let's say I have a budget of let's say 10,000 rupees per day, right? Or $1,000 per day, right? So if I have that budget and I distribute that between Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, Pinterest, right? Once I do that, within some time, after 2 to 3 days or maybe after a week time, I can actually monitor, how's my ads going, which side I'm getting the maximum leads, which side I'm getting the maximum reach, or visits and everything. Okay. So those things I get, and depending on that, I can, and these all results are real time, right? So I can actually auto adjust my I would say budget, so I can, out of those $1,000, let's say I put $200 in Facebook, $200 in Twitter, $200 in Google, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, right? So after a week time, I saw, like, hey, Facebook is giving me the more ads, right? Because my audience is more on Facebook, they are not on LinkedIn. So what I can do is I can, redirect the budget which I've allotted for LinkedIn to Facebook, right? Or probably if you see, Google ads are working good, but the cost is very high. Like to get a lead is actually costing me, let's say, $3, $4 to get a single lead, right? So you say, it can be a loss making thing, right? So why not instead of Google, let's try Twitter, right? So these are very, very important, how you can redirect you can keep a tap on how much you're spending, and you can use the right channel, right time. So Ad Studio is pretty popular in that sense. Yeah, I'm a Social Studio. Go ahead.
Yep. So social studio is all related to your social channels. So that now you have, like you just had seen email studio, mobile studio. That means you're now connecting with your customer on email, on mobile. Now you can directly connect him with the social channels like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube as well. So social studio is all you can engage the customer. You can always see the results. You can see the tracking, like how many post responses are there. You can see how many people have commented on it. You can also see the sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis is like how many people are talking good about your brand, how many people are talking bad about your brand. And you can always target those people who are not satisfied or who are commenting bad. So that is an, I could say, a social listening where it would be automated. You can automate the post as well. Like if you have one post going on now, without Social Studio, you manually post it. Like you go to LinkedIn, you post it. You go to Facebook, you create a post and you will post it. Using Social Studio, you can do all things in one. Like you can create the post, you can connect the channels, and then you can directly post single. You can do a single post in Social Studio, and it would be sent over all the networks like this. So we have a calendar where you can also schedule the post based on the weekly, or let's say we have two posts in a week. We could create that post and it would be automatically sent over to the specified or a scheduled time. So once you said it, yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So as you see, so social again is very, very important, how you are posting one post, because this is like when you see this calendar is, again, people hire very strong, I would say, marketing company, right? So for example, let's take an example of, upcoming elections, right? So where you see, like whenever there is upcoming elections, okay, so you see a series of campaign, being launched, okay, on multiple places, okay, and that's how you promote, like for example, usually people pick a hashtag, like for example, Trump selected "Let's make America great again," right? Okay, MAGA. Okay, so he used that hashtag MAGA, and using that he was able to put a mindset of a people that America is not great, and if you hire Trump, it will become great. Okay, and that's how it actually connected with the people, with the sentiments, and that's how it was able to win the election, right? So there, like of course, he hired a company who did all the analysis, what exactly people want, right? And depending on that, he chose the campaign, and he actually won. Okay, similarly, even our Prime Minister Modi, right? So he also picked the campaign depending on the customer, like his customers are the like I would say voters, right? So he again picked a sentiment, he used that, and he drive the same thing, right? And using that he was able to win. So he created this kind of, I would say, a sentiment that if you choose him, only then India can become great, right? So that's how you do it, right? Plus with that I want to like add, as I said, another thing which he said is was social listening, right? So it is also very important that if you have built a brand, right, it takes I would say hundreds of days to build a brand, but it take one day to hamper a brand, right? Like, and that is a very pretty common use case, and to be completely fair, like for example, if you travel with the airlines, right, and you like the experience, let's say they give you a 5-star experience, even if they upgrade you to business class, right? I don't think you ever go and post a positive review for them, right? However, if your check-in was delayed, if you had a long queue, if you had like a bad experience with the air hostess, right, you simply go and you post a negative review, right? So usually it is a, I would say, social media tend to, or the reviewers tend to get more negative reviews, right? So how you can do a damage control, right? How do you read that and respond that, that is the idea. Like these days, Twitter is so, I would say, powerful. Like if you don't like a thing, let's say you bought a um, let's say you bought a blazer from, let's say, Blueberry, right? And you don't like it, or BlackBerry, you can simply just go to Twitter, hashtag, or at the rate, BlackBerry, the suit quality is not good, blah blah, right? You just post that, you will see within, like, I would say, if they are really responsive, within like 1 hour or 2 hour, you will just get a message saying that, hey, I'm so sorry to hear this, someone will reach out to you shortly, please share your details, right? So that is how they do a damage control, right? That they tend to show, of course, no one can be perfect, right? But how you control that is more important. So that's why Social Studio is very, very important. Right? Amrit, go ahead.
Yes. Yes. So Automation Studio. So the tasks that you want to automate, like the tasks, those are repeated. For example, if I want to filter out the persons based on age, like now I have Tequila Footwear, so I could show the specific ads, send the specific emails to the specific age groups. So to do this on automated basis, I would use Automation Studio. So once I automate these tasks, they would run based on the schedule. Like the minimum time is hour, you can have hourly, daily, or weekly tasks. So you can also send the emails. Like if I want to send an email and it should be sent out on weekly basis, let's say every Friday, I could automate that email, using Automation Studio. So these activities, there are activities in Automation Studio like send email. You can also import the file from an FTP location to your marketing cloud so that you can always have those refreshed data in your marketing cloud, and then you can send a repetitive automated email, and it would be personalized as well. So Automation Studio is all about automating everything. You can automate the SMS, you can automate the email as well. So now you have scheduled. So these are all components where you can see data extract and file transfer and send email activities. So you can have the cascading activities that can be on schedule and do the job on the specified time. Right?
Right. So again, like Automation Studio is nothing but how you club everything together, right? And you set up the automations. But with that, this is the most important slide, which is the core or heart of a marketing cloud, which is the journey builder, right? Because like as you see this, as I mentioned, these companies, like for example, as I said, we launched Tequila Footwear. So we hire a, I would say, a marketing strategy person, right? And he tells us, like what is the best way to reach out a customer, and through all different channels, right? So for example, we send an email, okay, on day one with a SMS, right? So let's take an example, how you launch a Great India Amazon sale, right? So I'm sure everyone would have heard of it. And like their budget for Great India sale is almost $1 billion. Like they spend like crazy amount of money, for that sale. And what usually happens is, and to tell you the strategy, like what happens is whenever Flipkart, have this sale, okay, so Amazon wait for that, and Amazon actually launches their sale also just few days back, okay, on the same dates, okay. So they don't want people to even go to Flipkart, they make sure they how they can capture people to keep on Amazon itself, right? And that's how they spend like hell lot of money, they even actually reported a loss, right, last year, because they were spending so much on ads. But that is fine, like they still have a vision to become profitable. But yes, so they as you see, like once this sale is started, so how you plan it out, right? So for example, you start an ad, let's say 7 days back, right? 7 days back or even 30 days back, you start seeing an ad saying, like, okay, a sale is coming on 5th of September, for example, right? So you start seeing the ad, you start getting emails, okay. When you open their website, you see a banner on top of the page, right, that the sale is coming, right? You start getting text messages, right? Any product you buy, with the email you also get a small banner saying that a sale is coming, right? You go to Facebook, you start seeing an ad, okay. You go to YouTube, you play a video, you see an ad, okay, of Amazon. So that's how much they engage a customer to make sure, like someone is actually going to come your website and at least make some purchase, or at least if not, he can add something to a cart. And that's how, if you see like whatever Amazon earns in a whole month, right, they are able to earn the same amount of things in 3 to 4 days of the sale. Okay, that's how they engage the customer. That's how and they also, I would say, like there was this Flipkart sale and Amazon sale. There was so big of a war that almost both website crashed, for the amount of people visiting their website. Okay, they actually gave a discount from their pocket to acquire customers, right? So it is like a cutthroat journey, right? But how you do that? Because as I said, like spending, let's say a 300 cr money or 400 cr on marketing, you have to plan it better. You have to plan in a proper way where you don't you run it in the most optimized way, right? That's where this comes into picture, where you find the whole journey. What you do on immediately, what you do on first day, what you do on third day, what you do on fifth day, what you do on eighth day. That now the customer is sold, and they also track how the customers are behaving. Are the customers coming to your website after seeing the first mail? Are they coming to your website seeing the seventh mail? Are they seeing after seeing the social ad? Are they seeing after the TV ad or radio ad? So they actually can track each and everything, what you do. They can track what you want, so if you have been searching on a mobile, so the only ads you will be seeing on top is, let's say, OnePlus or Oppo or Vivo or Samsung or whatever, right? So they know they know everything, right? When I say they as an internet, right? Internet knows everything. And that's how they can do like a personalized campaign. That is the whole idea. So that if you are, let's say, a non-techie guy, right, then there is no reason to show you a Salesforce ad, right? Whereas if you're a techie guy, then yeah, it makes sense to show you a ad, right? So this is very very important, that how they promote in a proper way to the right people and in a proper journey. So that completely is the journey builder, which is one of the
Yes,
key areas.
yes. I would like to add up to Journey Builder some points.
Yeah.
So in Journey Builder, you have one-to-one relationships. One-to-one as in, for example, you visited our website, that is Tikila Footwear. We know you. We have cookie. So we would be using advertising studio activities where we would be following you everywhere you visit. We'll be showing you the footwear ads. If you respond to that and you sign up, now we would be sending you an email saying that you showed an interest in this product. Would it be interested? So if you don't do an engagement, after 2 days, we might send you an email saying that you have just visited these products. Now this is on discount. Would you be interested? So that we will try to engage you. We'll try to make you purchase the product. Either way, like we'll be targeting you on email. We'll be targeting you on SMS. We will be also reaching out to you on Facebook, Google Ads, wherever you go, unless and until you at least give a positive or a negative feedback. That is all measurable again. So this is the most important, I could say, that is a journey builder in Marketing Cloud. And this is a simple drag and drop. You can always create a journey within minutes as well. Right.
Right. And imagine like because of all these things, as you know, there have been some legal cases as well on Amazon or Facebook and all, because they are tracking data, right? And they know the sentiment, they know the customer. It is a very scary thing, right? They know each and everything, what message you send, what WhatsApp you send, you know, uh, what kind of posting you do, what kind of videos you watch. So actually, I know it's pretty frightening, but like the internet knows, what you do, and that's why you only it only shows you things which you are interested in. So if I check my Facebook account versus my wife's Facebook account, we have a very different kind of timeline. Okay, she sees most of the videos around, let's say, Bollywood or poetry or XYZ, right? Whereas I see more like techies or like e-commerce products or like technology products, right? So internet automatically knows you, and they track you, and they find you. Even if you have not visited Facebook, even if you have liked someone on a website, even if you have visited the website, they know your interest. So that is scary, but yeah, that is the truth. It is, I would say, beneficial as well, so that it doesn't waste your time, and it is of course scary as well. So that's the whole idea. Yeah.
Yes. So contact builder. Now I know I have your record, so that I'll explain you with an example. You are in my data. I have your email address. I have your mobile number. I have your cookies. I know your interest. So contact builder is creating a data model. That is, I call this as 360-degree view of your customer. Like the data model represents your, I could say, email, your personal information, your interest, and I could relate or I could create a relationship between the contacts or the interest based on the products as well. So contact builder is all about data management where I would be having the relationship, creating the data extension, filtering it out, and it is a single view of customer again. So I could reach out to you using contact builder, and I could also target you on every channel. Right? So I could see, so these are the components. I could see the data designer. So you could see the data designer, you could see all contacts, like all contacts would be the unique count that would be stored in Marketing Cloud. So whatever data we store or the whatever the information we store it in data extensions. We can import the data using CSVs, using FTP, and these all and use this all of the data from the data extension for running of the campaigns to reach out the customers and also push the customers to Salesforce. Like if someone is marketing qualified lead, he has a score, he has shown an interest in the product, now he is sales ready. So this contact builder would be responsible for pushing the data from Marketing Cloud to Salesforce to a sales representative, right?
Right. And lastly, like, we have analytics builder, where, as I mentioned, like, once you have all these places in one place, right, how you quantify the information, how you actually derive the results out of it, right? Um, so that is all analytics builder. Again, like, I think we are running behind on time, but like, first of all, like, why it is important, right, to learn Marketing Cloud. Okay. So first of all, as you know, like, marketing is, of course, aspect, like, part of any kind of business. And so far, Salesforce have only, I would say, acquired 10% of customers, even less, right? Because business are coming up, but these are only like a larger business I'm talking about. Smaller business, it doesn't have reach much because Marketing Cloud product is pretty expensive. It is around $30,000. Okay, so not everyone can buy Marketing Cloud, and right now, very less business are using it. But Salesforce ecosystem or Salesforce sales channel is pretty, I would say, advanced. So they are making sure that people buy it, and it's a very useful product as well, right? So there are more and more companies who are buying Marketing Cloud, and they are looking for good developers. And I would say there's still like a scarcity of good Marketing Cloud developers. So that is why we should learn Marketing Cloud. And for that, again, this was a more of an introduction session, but we are going to deep dive into each and every module. Like, as I said, email studio, mobile studio, web studio, all these studios, what we have talked about are the builders. We are going to have like a deep dive session. We are going to break it down into 4 sessions, upcoming sessions, and we are going to publish that on our website, tequilaservices.com. So you can visit that, you can register for that, and you should be able to. We are going to do some live sessions as well. And if you are a Salesforce partner, or if you work for a company which is a Salesforce partner, you can ask them to get a free version of Marketing Cloud, and you can also play around with it. Okay. Of course, you cannot send actual emails and things, but you can have an idea, how it works. So those things are important, and I would really would like, if you want to learn this and in details, please join these upcoming sessions. So I would like to open up, another, I think we have 10 minutes left. So I want to open it up for any question and answers. I'm pretty sure you must be having questions. So please let us know so we can use the next 8 minutes or 10 minutes on this. You can type in your questions, on the bottom. You will see a Q&A. So you can put that. Meanwhile, you have been a great audience. We have more than 60 people who have joined, and we are also live on Facebook, and a lot of people, watching the session. So I hope we have given you some information today. And thank you for joining on Independence Day. It's a national holiday, but yeah, thank you for joining this. So I do see some questions coming. Um, so we have a question from Rahul. Gawale, what are the resources to learn Marketing Cloud? So, Agone, as you know, like the best place to learn Marketing Cloud is Trailheads. Okay, we have quite good links on Trailheads for Marketing Cloud. We can share this after the session with everyone. You can do that. There are a lot of videos as well. Plus, we are also going to launch all these webinars, series of webinars, which can actually help you train it. So what we are also planning to do is it's not just like a normal webinar. We are also training you guys where you can learn Marketing Cloud. If people are interested to take the all the sessions, we are happy to even give away free vouchers as well to do a certification on Marketing Cloud. And eventually, like if you perform well, we can also absorb you under Tequila. So, so yeah, Rahul will be sharing that. Uh, Amir has asked for the next session details. So next session details, as I said, will be posted on the website. Okay, but yes, these will be like weekly sessions. And last time when we published it, a lot of people from US have also shown interest. So we are planning to do it around 7 p.m. so that even the US crowd can also join. So we will keep you posted, Amir. Uh, so Sumit has asked, is there any limit on how many emails, SMS we can send through Marketing Cloud? Amrit, do you want to answer that? If there is any limit on emails and SMS?
Yes, there is limit. Like you pay for every email and you pay for every SMS that is sent out. So it depends on your edition, what edition you have bought. It depends on how many email count or how many mobile count do you have. So yes, there is a limit to send out SMS and email. But there is not daily limit. It is overall total limit that you can send. So for daily, you can send, I could say, a number of emails if you want to utilize that in a day as well.
Right. Girish has asked, what are the licensing and the addition of Marketing Cloud? So we would recommend like we will share the link again, but Marketing Cloud has 4 editions, right? And with that, sorry, 3 editions, and with that, Marketing Cloud also has add-ons, right? So when you buy Marketing Cloud, it comes with certain things, but then let's say the Ad Studio or Social Studio are like add-ons. So you have to buy all those things, you have to package all those things. Even we have new things like Data Roma and all which are coming. So I would say the basic package of Marketing Cloud starts from around 10, like again, depends on negotiation, but yeah, you can say around 10 to $15,000, and it can even go up to $100,000 as well. So we have, um, again, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, we have Jagadwa. So can you divide marketing campaign strategies into region wise through these tools? Yes, of course, we can do that. So as we said, like we have a contact builder, right? Through which we can actually segment the people by either age or sex, or by, I would say, region. You can actually break them down to like any way you want to, and depending on that, you can actually run a different target based ads or target based social ads. Okay, because for example, if you're launching an event, let's say in New York, right? So there is no like you don't have to promote it in all the country, right? You can only promote it in New York. So yes, you can do that target based or region based.
Yes. So the next question is how Einstein is used in Marketing Cloud. Yes. So it is asked by Poonam. So Poonam, Einstein is again an add-on thing, like you need to pay for Einstein Analytics. So what Einstein actually does is like it is the next level of automation. It is AI. It would track your uh, behavior. It would track your interest automatically. It would track you which emails are you being interested in, like which emails you are clicking, and it would automatically send out those emails or those topics to you. This is one part. Second is what we call is send time optimization, wherein if you are opening the emails between 11 to 12, that is like most opens, then you would be sent out emails between that timings, that is between your open times, and it would be again one to one. That means it would analyze everyone's or every prospect's open timings and then it would send the email on the specific times automatically. That is Einstein bots. Right?
Right. Next question is from Girish. How is Pardot different from Marketing Cloud, right? So first of all, one thing which I want to tell everyone, and I think very less people know that, but Pardot is a part of Marketing Cloud. I know it's a very different tool, but in terms of Salesforce ecosystem, Pardot is a part of Marketing Cloud. Okay. Now the difference is uh, Pardot is actually designed to be B2B, which is business to business, and Marketing Cloud is more B2C. So as I mentioned, like if I'm launching a footwear store, right, where I'm selling to a end customer, so in that case, Marketing Cloud is there because you are using mobile studio, you're using, ad studio, you're using multiple studios, right, for doing that. So for that, Marketing Cloud is a better product, right? But if you're talking about B2B, right? Let's say if I'm an industrial company and I'm selling goods to a industry, even let's say talk about Salesforce, right? So Salesforce end customers are always business, right? They are not customers, right? They are always business. So in that case, Pardot is better because the way the journeys are defined, the way the because you do more account-based marketing. You actually target a company rather than a individual. So Pardot is more B2B. And then of course there is a whole comparison between Pardot and Marketing Cloud. We have a blog around that and we'll be sharing that. Okay.
Right. So Santosh is next. Like Santosh, is there any way by which we can have hands-on Marketing Cloud? So there is no developer org. Yes, there is no developer or free org for learning Marketing Cloud. But if you are with a partner company, you can have that partner account and you can do the hands-on. So for now, there is nothing free hands-on available for Marketing Cloud.
Right. And with that, as I mentioned, like after these webinars, we are also conducting like a courses as well, where if you're interested, we are actually launched a Tequila Academy where you can learn things. We are not charging anything out of it. It's just like a free education which we are giving. So in that scenario, like we'll be having those live sessions where you can see each and everything and you can ask anything. Those will be more interactive sessions. So yes, you will be getting access to all those things. Amrut, I also get a question from Arpita on Facebook that if we send
Mhm.
an email from Marketing Cloud, can we change the links of them after the emails have been sent?
So there is a way, there is called as in tracking, you see job links. So if there is a mistake, you can change the links, but only you can change the links, like the redirection, because Marketing Cloud would mask the URL and the masked URL would be sent out in the email. So you would change the links by going to tracking. You
Right,
can change the links only, nothing more than that. So the text cannot be changed.
right. I hope Arpita that answers that. If you have more questions, we can always email us and we can answer that. Okay. All right. Next is from Sajan. Can we control all the digital marketing campaigns? Yes, of course. We can control. That's what we have been showing. That you can define the journeys, you can define the budget, you can define everything, and that's how you can control. You know how much spent is, how much reach is. So you can do all those things. I think next.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So next is Kunal. As a developer, can we add custom functions or scripts to modify the existing flow? So you can actually add scripts for personalizations. You can add script for data updations or like I could say data control. And the flow can be always a drag and drop thing. So yes, you can always have or you can modify the existing flow as well.
Right. So Kunal, again, as a developer, don't think on custom like coding everywhere, right? Marketing Cloud is built to not code, as much needed. But having said that, like for example, when you add a product on your shopping cart, right, and you forgot to check out, right, or you didn't buy it, okay. So for that, when you're designing an email, so that email is I would say, a dynamic email, which comes from your, I would say, shopping history, right? So those kind of things require coding, to pull those products and design a template programmatically, right? Similarly, for connections and all, we have to use AMP scripts. Okay, so when we are let's say connecting Marketing Cloud with, let's say, Commerce Cloud, right? So those two things doesn't talk out of the box. So for that, you have to define AMP scripts to do that. So yes, coding is there, but in terms of defining the journeys and all, those are all standard way. All right.
Yes.
Next,
So,
Harshal. Can Marketing Cloud be used to track live chat on website and target the audience? Amrit, you want to answer that?
so as I say, live chat. So Marketing Cloud does not have any built-in live chat. So you need to install an app. You need to do some custom coding. I could say AMP scripts, and then you would be able to track and link the live chat customer with your data. That is why using Contact Builder.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
just to add to that, like Salesforce has their own product called Digital Engagement, which was previously called Live Chat. Now they are calling it as Digital Engagement, which allows you to chat with your customers from your website, from Facebook, from Twitter, from anywhere. You know, like wherever they can chat instantly, you can actually reply them directly from Salesforce. So Digital Engagement is a good package to do that.
okay.
We have a question
So
from Santosh about the Tequila Academy. So yes,
mhm.
Santosh, we will be sending out a emailer for everything. We have designed and this is for everyone. We have designed a series of sessions, this is as good as like if you take any tutorials or any paid coachings and all. We are doing the same thing for free of cost, where our target is to train at least 100 people per month. Okay, on Salesforce, Pardot, and Marketing Cloud, depending on whatever your interest is. And in Salesforce also, it is both the training on admin as well as on LWC, which is the latest trend. So if you have friends and family, we can always train them. These days, due to pandemic, we can do everything online, right? And the idea is to make you market ready, or if you want to switch your job from, let's say, Java to Salesforce, if you want to switch from .NET to Salesforce. Even in our company, we recently hired a lot of full stack developers which are training on Salesforce. So we can only hire a handful of people, but again, I know there are lots of people who are out there who have lost their jobs or look for a better, I would say, visibility of a better career path. So that's how we are taking the initiative, and we'll be sharing all the details on that. All right, I think that's
Okay.
the last
So
question
the
from Poonam. Yeah.
yeah. So the next last question would be: is there any way to restrict or handle duplicate emails or data? Yes, there is a way. Like in Contact Builder, you can always handle that. Either you can delete the duplicates or you can use the primary key when you store the data so that there would be no duplication.
And I think out of the box, Marketing Cloud automatically, dedups them. So you don't have to do anything. Marketing Cloud takes the email as a primary key. So if you register, let's say, 3 times on the webinar, so Marketing Cloud would only treat you as one time. Okay. So dedupe is
Yes.
automatic there. And yeah, you also mentioned like if there is a way to connect Marketing Cloud to Salesforce or Commerce Cloud. Yes. So there is a connector which connects Marketing Cloud with Salesforce, where you can sync the prospects or the leads or contacts, back and forth. You can you can sync the emails, you can track the ads, you can pretty much track the whole engagement, inside Salesforce, so that when your sales team reach out to someone, they already know, how the customers are interacted. So for example, if I'm selling a footwear, right, to a customer, my sales rep, and he see a lead as Poonam, right? So he already know like Poonam has actually came to a website on this date. Poonam has seen this product. Poonam has liked this product. Poonam has added this product on the website, on the cart. And Poonam has clicked this ad. Poonam has done this. So I already know what all things Poonam has done. So now I can, when I speak to Poonam, I can actually target it, the conversation, so that it is more fruitful for her rather than starting from a common script. Same applies for Commerce Cloud. So same way, like as I mentioned, like we can, uh, if I'm not wrong, I think there is no standard connector. We are right now working on a project, to be honest, which is connecting Commerce Cloud with Marketing Cloud. So Amrit, do you want to answer on that?
Yes, yes. So Commerce Cloud, we need to utilize the API. That is like API calls to connect with to send and receive data from Commerce Cloud. So for Salesforce, that is for Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, we have direct connectors. The name is Marketing Cloud Connect. That is a managed package for commerce, and you can see everything as on the record level. Like when I open Poonam's record, I could see the history of email sent. I could see the email clicks, the email opens, and everything. So Marketing Cloud reads data and it push back the data on the record level.
Right.
But in Commerce Cloud, you need to utilize the API calls for connections. There is
But I'm
no,
pretty sure Salesforce will be working on some connector, or if
yeah,
you guys are interested, you can build one and we can sell it. So yeah. Um, so great. I think we are almost on top of the hour. So I hope like we were able to explain the concepts of marketing and at least give you an idea on what is Marketing Cloud, right? We didn't go too much technical on this because the idea is first to understand the concepts and the jargons of Marketing Cloud and marketing, and only then you will be able to understand what exactly are each of the tools. So if you have to think a mindset, you have to change your mindset from being a developer to being a marketer. That's how you can learn it, and that's how it makes sense. Okay. Meanwhile, like anyone, if have any questions, you can always post a questions, right, to our email ID, right, or we already from which you have got the registration link, so you can send the questions there, and we'll be happy to answer that. Plus, we'll be also sharing the details on upcoming sessions as well as the whole academy, and do let us know. So we are more than happy to bring more value to the industry.
yeah,
Right.
yes.
I think that's pretty much it. So thank you so much, for joining this. Thank you, Amrut, for presenting this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.